Hello everyone, welcome to Claret and Booze. This is a match review following the 5-1 defeat. It's the second successive 5-1 defeat in the Carabao Cup to Liverpool, away at Liverpool. But I went to this one. I didn't say anything earlier on, but I did. We left at midday and it's now 3:30 and I've arrived home. So 15 and a half hours later, I'm finally home, going to record this for you and then I'm going to bed. I'm absolutely shattered. But look, I had a great day. I made my mind up before I went. I didn't have that kind of football excitement feeling this morning. I wasn't really expecting a win or anything like that. So I said, you know what, I'm just going to make the best of the day, with my family, go down there and have some fun, which we really did, Went to the Cowshed in Liverpool, lovely steakhouse, highly recommend it. Went to Riley's, played some pool for a couple of hours. That was good. And then we went on to the game. The team sheet was released. I weren't best pleased, but you know what? I just tried to get on board with it. I thought I'll talk about this later. I didn't want to just get on a downer straight from the off. So I thought I'm going to give it a chance. We got into the stadium, and we had great seats. We was right up the front, literally front row, just to the left of the goal as well. So I'm sure I'm on telly. I'm sure I'm famous. But yeah, it was a funny lineup, wasn't it? Picking Soufal and Cresswell. I'm glad Tadibo came in, but picking Soufal and Cresswell as fullbacks against Liverpool, we know they're pace merchants, and they didn't half struggle. Defensively, they struggled. I thought Cresswell was pretty good. Technically, his deliveries from set pieces were decent. But the midfield again, and I'm not going to pick on individuals, but we remove Rodriguez because we say that defensive midfield double pivot doesn't work, and he put Souček in there, and I'm not having a go at Souček. I don't think Souček had a terrible game, but that just doesn't work. It doesn't work. Soler ain't a 10 from what I can see. I'm not too sure what he is. He's no Pablo Fornals, I'll tell you that much. From what I can see, he looks all right. He looks busy, runs about a lot. I don't quite know exactly what he does. We've got to give him time to adapt. But this is a seasoned professional that's played in La Liga and Ligue 1 in numerous positions. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But as it stands at the moment, I'm not blown away by Guido Rodriguez. I'm not blown away by Soler from what I've seen. And we know what I feel about Thomas Souček. Although playing in that deeper position, although the actual playing two holding midfielders doesn't work, Souček's better playing deeper because it's a simpler job. It's what he's good at. He's better at blocking. It just doesn't work. Alvarez was kind of left holding a baby in midfield. A lot of people are going to disagree with me, but I thought Alvarez was the best of the midfielders. I think he was fantastic. He was fiery. He was tearing into tackles. I'm going to talk about Alvarez a little bit before I go into the game, because I know there's been a few people complaining about the red card, and yeah, I suppose it was silly, but he shows fight. I mean, what? Imagine nowadays. I'm going to say it. West Ham fans, we've become very woke. Imagine if we had Julian Dix nowadays. He'd be sent off every other fucking game. We've got a player that is emotional. It's like some of these people have never played sport before. That's in his DNA. He's passionate. He gets angry. He's fuming. He wants to win. He's a competitor. It's what he does. It ain't like he gets sent off every week. Against Chelsea when he booted Palmer up in the air, I loved that. And you got people complaining about it. I think we're too soft. I want to see more of that throughout our team. I'm not saying I want everyone getting red cards. Yeah, maybe on a yellow card it was silly, but rush of blood to the head. They're sportsmen. They're in the heat at the moment. The referee was an absolute fucking disgrace. Whenever you're in an environment, if you're playing in a game and the referee is dead against you, then the tension builds. It builds and builds and builds. A frustration, it goes to tipping point. Fucking Lopetegui got a yellow card. It was pathetic. But so yeah, like I said to you, I've got no time for people that are getting all high and mighty and going, I'm very disappointed in Alvarez. You ruined it for it. We was 3-1 down when he got sent off. If anything, throwing the additional players on and everything else, because Kudus came on, we created chances after he went off. It didn't really make any difference to the pattern of the game. We was going for broke anyway. Liverpool were playing sort of a bit of a counter-attack. Every time they got near the goal, it just felt like they scored. I can't comment too much on some of the other things that have been mentioned. I was... Two of the handball shouts was right in front of me. 100% Simicas's one was a handball. It was there. I could see it. It was a fucking handball. Not even a conversation, when they scored their third goal, I think it was, where Bowen should have had a corner. Blatantly, we should have had a corner. So I can understand why players were getting frustrated. I can understand it. Now, look, I'm going to get into Lopetegui's tactics and everything else in a second, all right? But and I am sorry about the structure of this. I'm tired. Like I said, it's been a long day. But what I will say, being there at the game and being that close to the players, I mean, I'm 6 foot away from the players. The selection I weren't happy with, but to a man, they all run their fucking asses off. They ran their asses off. They absolutely did. They gave everything there. Finishing was off. They weren't clinical, but for the players that Lopetegui put on the pitch, they ran their asses off. They absolutely. I can't knock them. I can't knock them at all. I'm proud of them today. We did have a go. Those players did give a good account of themselves. Right, Lopetegui, starting lineup. It's not good enough. You've sacrificed a cup competition. That's what you've done. You've replicated what Slot did with Liverpool. Liverpool are second in the league at the moment. They're in Europe, and they fielded a second string team. That's our opportunity to beat them. That's your opportunity to show the fans that you're going to push on and try and do something in a domestic cup to give us something. Now, the players that you put out on the pitch, it was a weakened team and they gave a massive account of themselves. But you sacrificed the game. I think we could have gone on and won that game against Liverpool's B team. Nottingham Forest beat Liverpool in the league a few weeks ago or last week, whenever it was. They're not unbeatable, but this was always going to be a weakened Liverpool team. And you've responded in kind, and you've just gone out there. Obviously, you've got one eye on the Brentford game at the weekend, and not really given too much thought for the 6,000 fans that travelled down there and did what they did today. And like I said to you, this is by no means a dig or me having a go at the players that were on the pitch, because the players that were on the pitch, fucking heroes. You really gave it a good go. Antonio looked brilliant when he came on. Paqueta looked brilliant when he came on. I've got no complaints, really. There should have been a sub. There probably should have been a sub at half time. Danny Ings did his best, but the system and style that we were playing was never going to be suited to him. Antonio probably needed to start in that system because, I thought Somerville was outstanding again. Absolutely brilliant, although he should have scored. And Bowen probably had his best game this season. But yeah, we got beat 3-1. I think Alvarez was left holding the baby in midfield. He was getting caught out a few times. It's just devastating. I'm getting very, very fed up with this. I'm very tired of it. I am. Lopetegui hasn't done himself any favours with this at all. He now needs to go and get a result against Brentford because he sacrificed that cup game. Even though those players gave their all, we fielded a weakened team. That's what we did. We didn't go all out for it. And if you're going to sacrifice a cup game when you're not in Europe and you ain't got much to play for, what the fuck are we playing for this season? What just bail out of the cups and hope for mid-table mediocrity? At this stage, we're in September. I don't give a shit if we were drawn against Liverpool. If anything, that's a bonus because they're fielding their B team. Defensively, we were shoddy again. I thought Kilman was he's top class in many respects. His left foot's fucking unbelievable. That switch to Bowen in the first half, he did 2 of them. The switch to Bowen in the first half, which Bowen then cut, he brought the ball down beautifully, cut inside, fed it through to Somerville. And then the other one where he sort of curled a ball out to Bone with the outside of his left foot. He's a real classy player. He's a classy footballer. Defensively, I'm not so sure. I've had a little look back at a few of the goals, and he's been left wanting. Todibo looked decent, but again, not perfect. With he was the worst of the two defenders. Definitely better than previous outings, even though we conceded 5. But I think we've got to persist with Todibo. We've got to. It looks like there's more of a player there than what we've got with Mavropanos, and he's going to need time to sort of get used to the pace of the Premier League. But yeah, we've got no choice. We've got to stick with Todibo. Todibo's better than Mavropanos. I'm certain of it. I just can't. I can't figure it out. I can't fathom why he did what he did today. I can't. Not at all. It looked like the players wanted it. I mean, obviously, look, Lopetegui's getting animated on the sidelines. He got a yellow card. He felt hard done by, as we all did. But yeah, I just feel a bit flat and a bit. I've had the life sucked out of me this past few weeks with West Ham. I've got to be honest. You saw the state of me the weekend just gone with Chelsea. I felt nice and fresh in the morning, and honestly, I felt I had a rough week Monday to Friday the week before. With work, and Saturday to Sunday was harder. It was harder. It was horrible. It's becoming a little bit stressful supporting West Ham. It's not enjoyable at all. I don't know what's going to happen next. If he doesn't get anything out of Brentford and Ipswich, you've got to be thinking, really, even though it's not quite the 10-game mark, that's probably it. We've got Spurs next after that. I think it is literally Brentford, Ipswich, and then Spurs. You lose them 3 games. Yeah, fair enough. That might be good enough to, justify getting shot of him. But the season's fucked then. It's gone. It's dead. Got the FA Cup we can look forward to, and you've got to look at the damage that comes off the back of that as well, because we've managed to retain all of our big players this year, which was quite impressive. Not only did we sign players, but we've kept our best players as well. That's not going to be repeated next year. This is we had to really build on this, and that's why it was important that we went out and got a striker. I'm not going to mention his name. It was important that we went out and got a striker, and it was important that we fixed this midfield problem that we've got, which we still have not fixed. If you lose the midfield, you lose a game invariably, and we have not fixed the midfield problem. The issues are still there. We've fixed right back and we've fixed left wing. We've bought 11 players or whatever the fuck it is. We've fixed right back and we've fixed left wing. I don't think that the centre back area is amazingly fixed. I don't think it's amazing. Midfield's still fucked and we're still fucked up front. So. Yeah, we needed that powerhouse. We needed a Fofana or an equivalent, and we needed Duran or an equivalent to fix the issues that we've had for the last few years. We ever since Deck went really in midfield, we need that mobile striker. It wasn't fixed. It wasn't prioritised. So. As for everyone sort of banging on about how this was a 10 out of 10 window, what an amazing job we've done. No, we fucking haven't. Anyone can go and buy players. We bought a lot of players. And hopefully this lot will all come good. I don't know, but I'm not confident for the weekend. I'm not confident for Brentford. I wasn't confident today. I had a good day at the football. It was good. It was good, sort of being in there with the fans. The fans were brilliant, and it was good. It was a good experience going away. But yeah, the realisation's hitting now. This is going to be a long, hard, shitty season, and I can't see. I feel like the decline has started now. And as for all those fans that are fucking banging on, that are banging on about, as if to say we shouldn't have changed from Moyes, give your fucking heads a wobble. In 22-23, now what was it, 21-22, the season when we won the Cup, he almost got us relegated with Declan Rice and Paqueta in central midfield. 35-game relegation battle. The following season, we had a couple of lucky months where we was getting results that we shouldn't have been getting. That luck ran out, and then we went on to have some of the worst fucking beatings that we've ever had. You know, we were being played off the park by Burnley, battered by Liverpool, battered by Fulham, battered by Arsenal. Moyes was shit for 2 years. This is just a continuation of that shit. That's all it is. So stop looking at things, looking at Moyes through rose-tinted glasses as if to say, we've moved from David Moyes because, you know, you wanted good football. No, ultimately, we moved from David Moyes because he was shit and we was getting battered every week. Battered. Our defence was shit. We was hemorrhaging goals left, right and centre. We weren't winning no more. It hadn't been working for 2 years. The only thing that kept him in a job was winning a cup competition with a $500 million squad against nobodies. I'm glad we won that cup, but that's the only reason he stayed in the job last season. So I'm fed up having this fucking conversation. I'm fed up with people referencing that bloke. If he's so fucking good, why ain't he in another Premier League job? Would he get in any other club? No, he wouldn't. He's not in any other club, is he? I don't even think Everton are entertaining him. They're talking to Brendan Rodgers, by the sounds of it. So I'm fucking sick of this shit. Moyes had to go. He was done. He was a busted flush. But for us to go out and not improve on that is just ridiculous. Yeah, I'm not happy with Lopetegui today. I think his management of the game was fine. I think his substitutions were fine. But just by virtue of the fact that he started with a weakened team shows you where his priorities lie. And I think his priorities are all fucking wrong. I don't think he sees the danger that he's actually in. He needed that win. He did. We got a performance. We put a performance in. But no, for me, that's not good enough. That's not good enough at all. So well done to the boys. Well done to the boys. Well done to everyone, including Edson Alvarez. Don't listen to all the haters, mate. I'm proud of you. I love your fire. I love your Latin fire. Don't listen to all the woke fans. They're all soft. All right. Most of us love you. There wasn't one person in that in that stadium that was moaning at Edson Alvarez for flying into a tackle and looking like he gave a fuck. Not one. Not around me anyway. There weren't. So no, that's it from me. I'll speak to you all soon. Come on, you ones. I'm going to bed.